Today, on Be Something Wonderful, master your subconscious mind to manifest your dream life. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Here we are back in our studios in Las Vegas with another big video. The question again came up of, Tom, what about the subconscious programs? What about the subconscious programming? I feel like I have to reprogram my mind, my subconscious mind, to manifest the things that I want. We've talked about these ideas many times, but remember, there's only one mind, one divine mind, one reality, one great consciousness or awareness, and you are the center of it. You're not just a center of that divine mind. There are infinite points of consciousness, but you are the center because there's no separation. You get to determine, create, and choose your entire life experience. You are the center of this mind. So what is the idea of the subconscious or the subconscious programs? They are simply your definitions and assumptions of who you assume and believe and define yourself to be. They are your assumed concept, idea, and image of yourself in your world. That's all that is. But those definitions, that assumption, those ideas that you have, you believe they're so true. You believe they are the truth of reality that you don't question them anymore. That they become what you call subconscious or programs that seem to be directing or sabotaging your life. But remember, you're the operant power. So the only reason they feel subconscious or below your awareness is because we allow them to operate automatically without ever questioning the concept of who you are or what concept or image that you have of yourself. Remember, that's always changing in every moment. But you believe there's some truth to that. You get to determine your truth, your program, your neighborhood in that great consciousness. There's only one great conscious divine mind. And that's all that is. That's the great I am. There's only one I am. And you are the center of it. You and everybody else are the center of it. Right? There's only one mind, one reality, one Father, one Lord of Scripture. I am the Lord or the law, and there is no other. So what are we talking about when we talk about subconscious programs or the need to impress that subconscious mind? We're talking about your definitions, your assumptions of who you are, who you imagine and conceive and assume yourself to be. Right? But remember, the great subconscious mind is the great mind of God. There's only one consciousness. You might want to call that the great subconscious, with infinite points of conscious points of awareness. You, me, and everybody else. The mind of God. It's deductive and impersonal. Means whatever you wish is yours. However you define yourself, it's granted you. Right? It's impersonal means that great consciousness doesn't see itself as a separate personality. That's what gives it its power. It doesn't see any limitations whatsoever. It sees itself one with everything and everyone. So that's what we're talking about here. This is what Scripture means, the great paradox that Scripture presented to us, that the Father is greater than I. And I and the Father are one. It seems paradoxical, but this is the truth of reality. The Father is greater than I am. In other words, there's two complete thoughts here. The Father and I am. Connected with than. Two complete ideas. It's not saying the Father is greater than me as a preposition, as a little me. It's saying it's greater than I am. I am what? Then I am conscious and aware of being in this moment. It's greater than any definition, any idea, any concept that I could possibly conjure about myself. That consciousness is so much greater. But at the same time, I am one with it. There's no separation. That's the great paradox. That you're not limited by anything. Just your own definitions or ideas or concepts of who you believe you are. And once you know that you can in every moment redefine that, then you're totally unlimited. You are that great subconscious or conscious mind. You are that great one consciousness, that great awareness. The idea of conscious mind and subconscious and superconsciousness are just arbitrary ideas pointing to the power of the one mind and the different aspects of it. But it's all one. There's absolutely no separation. Two complete ideas and truths of reality. The Father is greater, period. The Father is just greater. And I am. Two complete ideas. I am. And the Father is greater. The great I am is greater than whatever definition or idea or concept of yourself that you have. But at the same time, you're one with that great consciousness. And that great consciousness says, as you wish, whatsoever you define yourself as and are aware of is yours. It's connected, it's joined by the unconditional love of existence. The Father is greater, and I am, your conscious mind, are joined by unconditional love of that great consciousness. Forever together. This is powerful. So, the Father, the great I am, is. Just is. God exists. God is. Reality is. Existence is. That great subconscious mind, or the great I am, exists. But is what? Is greater than who or what I'm conscious and aware of being in any one moment. You're the center of that great I am. There's the great I am. You're the center. And how you define yourself, your ideas and images of yourself determine your experience of that great one mind. Do you see? But you're not limited by this. The idea of the subconscious programs or your ideas of who you are, you believe they're so true you don't even question it anymore. That's why it feels like it's below your awareness or subconscious. But it's always subject to, the subconscious mind, the subjective mind, is always subject to who and what you say you are. So even though the conscious mind looks puny compared to the entire mind of God, it's the operant power. It has the directive power. It's the operant power. It directs it all because there's no separation. And the great I am is I am. Period. So you get to determine your experience of this great mind, this great consciousness. So it's greater than who and what I'm conscious of being. It's greater than your definitions and assumptions of who you are. It's greater than your assumed concept, idea, or image of yourself. Right? It's greater than any thought, any feeling, any perception, any sensation that appears within your awareness of yourself. It's greater than all of that, but it's not separate from any of it. It all appears within you. You're one with all of it. So you are the operant power of that absolute power, the great I am, the Father or existence. The ancients revealed this paradox with I and the Father are one. I and the Father, I am, and the Father, the great I am, are one. I am, right? I am as a center, individualized aspect or essence of that divine mind. I am and the Father are one. I am and the great I am are one. There's absolutely no separation, but God doesn't meddle or mess with the middle. The middle is your definitions, your assumptions, the image or your concept of who you believe you are. God allows you to define that in any which way that you want to create your experience of that one divine mind. That's what true unconditional love is. You have the free will to choose how you experience yourself yourself as all that is. You're all that is. You're not just this subconscious program. You're so much more. You're all of it. But when we assume that to be the truth of who we are and the truth of reality, we stop questioning it. We no longer make it subject to our conscious awareness of what we decide. You can decide that in every moment. You're quote, programming the mind of God, or your experience of that one consciousness, right? That's what all of that means. It's not really about reprogramming anything. It's about deciding who you are as a center of that one mind, right? That great consciousness doesn't need reprogramming. It's the program, it's the one program, the program of love, unconditional love. That's the program. Get with the program. The program's unconditional love, you defining yourself as that love. But God doesn't mess in the middle with your definitions of who you are. You get to decide that right now. Remember, you were made in God's image. In the image of what? In the image of the all. In the image of the one. In the image of the one source, the one Father, the one existence. As all that is. You were made in the image of the all, as all that is, to be aware of yourself as the all. God knowing itself as the all, as I am awareness, the Son, right? The Son, the Father, the Jesus Christ of Scripture, your I am awareness. To be aware of yourself as the Creator, not just a creator, hear this, but the Creator. That's the paradox. The Father is greater than I am. I and the Father are one. So it's to be aware of yourself as the Creator by being the operant power and a creator of your reality, entire life experience. Do you see? That's the paradox. You are the Creator, creating an experience of being a creator, a point of that consciousness. Therefore, hear this. This is really the key to this. Therefore, the more aware you are of yourself, of self, as and as the, not just and, but the individualized, personalized center of the great I am, the one divine mind, the more powerful and more positive your experience of reality will be. Do you see it? The more aware of yourself as this great mind, moving the boundaries of what you believe are the programs or ideas of who you are, expanding infinitely in that direction, the more positive and powerful your experience of that one divine mind will be. Do you see? So it was never about positive thinking and positive feeling. It's about positive being. It's about being aware of yourself as that one divine mind. There are all sorts of changing thoughts and feelings and conditions and images and perceptions within that one mind. But it's within your awareness of being that center. Positivity is measured by the degree that you are aware of yourself as the source and center, as the supply and substance of all that you desire. Wow. And now we're giving a new definition. To the degree that you're more aware of the real you, the real self, you as the center of all that is the degree that you're positive, or the degree that you have this idea of this increased vibration or frequency as source. You're already that core essence or that core frequency or vibration. You can't vibrate any higher. You can't have any higher frequency. It's you just being more aware of that. That's the measure of true positivity. You can have all sorts of changing thoughts and feelings within that knowing. That doesn't change who you are. That's the true meaning of the law of reciprocity that Ernest Holmes referred to in The Science of the Mind. Those of you who know that Science of the Mind is one of my favorites. I have an original copy of The Science of Mind. And in The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes is referring to the prodigal, the story of the prodigal son from Scripture. Another story that I talk a lot about in my teachings. And he says, God turns to us as we turn to him. The great reciprocity, remember, it doesn't mean God's always with you. God made you as everything. All that is God is yours. But the great reciprocity is you recognizing that, not limiting yourself by what you believe are limiting definitions of who you remember yourself to be, who you believe you were, or who you believe you are, or who you believe you will be. You're all of it. You are all that is. That's why in the prodigal son, the father says to the older son who is complaining, right, about not being thrown a party, right? And he's saying, you know, I've always followed every command of yours. I've always been with you. I never left you, and I've always tried to follow your commands. This is us trying to apply the laws of attraction, or the laws of assumption, or the laws of reality creation, trying to create and manifest, trying to reprogram our subconscious mind, not understanding that we are the program, we are the one divine mind, we are the center. There's nothing limiting you. So the father says that to the older son, son, you've always been with me, and all that is mine is yours. So go big in 2025. To the degree that you define yourself, assume who you are, affirm that you're that person you've always desired to be, is to the degree that you will experience it. It's law. It's the Lord. It's the one reality. There's no other. Go big. Look at this. So it's not about subconscious programs. There is only your definitions and assumptions of who you say you are. You believe they're subconscious or out of reach or in some dark place. You believe your life's being directed by them because you don't question them anymore. You believe that's reality. You believe that's who you are, but you get to define yourself. That's what Jesus asked his disciples. But who do you say that I am? Forget that. What others said, what you believe your subconscious past says, or what others around you, or the appearances. You get to decide it. Right? That's why Simon Peter answered, you're the Christ, the Son of the living God. In other words, look, you're the center of all of it. There's no program that you're subject to. You get to be aware of all of it. Yourself as all that is. There are no limits. You're not limited by thoughts or feelings or circumstances or appearances. There are no limits whatsoever. Master your subconscious mind to manifest your dream life by knowing that you get to decide that the subconscious mind are those programs that feel so difficult to change are simply your definitions of who you say you are. Go big in 2025. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, we have a big month ahead. We have a live stream on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel already scheduled for January 26, 2025, the first one of this year, where I'm going to answer your questions live on the chat, as well as your questions that you've sent to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. That's on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. Also, I believe very soon, and over the next few days, we're going to launch our first video on the new public channel called The Tom Kearin. It's our new YouTube channel. It's a different format. Again, we're going to still talk about all of these powerful topics, but in a different way, in a different format. I think you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, anywhere really in social media at Tom Kearin at Be Something Wonderful, and now at The Tom Kearin and at Be Something Wonderful on YouTube. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.